Welcome to Interdependent Study, our podcast where we engage in the learning and unlearning work for collective liberation. I'm Aaron, and we're having a little bit of a different episode today. Damien and I weren't able to get together to record an episode this week, so I'm doing a little solo episode today, which is also why it's a little late. In October of 2024, not that long ago as I record this, we read and discussed a couple of essays by Toni Morrison, one of which is called Racism and Fascism. We really appreciated both these essays and felt really deeply how accurately they spoke to our moment then, and I think continue to speak to our moment now. Toni Morrison coherently and concisely outlines the way that fascism and racism are tied together and how they show up in modern day societies, which feels especially relevant right now as we're watching some sort of crypto broligarch coup by Elon Musk as he weasels his way through the computer systems of departments and programs that he deems wasteful and steals our data and potentially steals our money as taxpayers. And Donald Trump continues to get his dangerous, violent, racist, awful people confirmed as cabinet members. And he does whatever he wants and issues whatever executive orders he wants and declares that we will take over Gaza and that we're going to do all of these things, whatever he wants. He just says what's on top of his mind. He tells us like it is, which is really just his deluded thoughts addled by however many years of being a super wealthy person that has never been told no, or never listened when he's been told no, more accurately. But this essay speaks to what we're experiencing, which is why I'm going to read it. As we continue in this fresh hellscape, let's name what we're seeing. Let's not ignore it. Let's take care of one another and find our way through whatever that way might look like. But enough from me. Let's get to the essay. Here is Toni Morrison's Racism and Fascism. Let us be reminded that before there's a final solution, there must be a first solution, a second one, even a third. The move toward a final solution is not a jump. It takes one step, then another, then another. Something perhaps like this. 1. Construct an internal enemy as both focus and diversion. 2. Isolate and demonize that enemy by unleashing and protecting the utterance of overt and coded name-calling and verbal abuse. Employ ad hominem attacks as legitimate charges against that enemy. 3. Enlist and create sources and distributors of information who are willing to reinforce the demonizing process because it is profitable, because it grants power, and because it works. 4. Palisade all art forms. Monitor, discredit, or expel those that challenge or destabilize processes of demonization and deification. 5. Subvert and malign all representatives of and sympathizers with this constructed enemy. 6. Solicit from among the enemy collaborators who agree with and can sanitize the dispossession process. 7. Pathologize the enemy in scholarly and popular mediums. Recycle, for example, scientific racism and the myths of racial superiority in order to naturalize the pathology. 8. Criminalize the enemy. Then prepare, budget for, and rationalize the building of holding arenas for the enemy, especially its males and absolutely its children. 9. Reward mindlessness and apathy with monumentalized entertainments and with little pleasures, tiny seductions, a few minutes on television, a few lines in the press, a little pseudo-success, the illusion of power and influence, a little fun, a little style, a little consequence. 10. Maintain at all costs, silence. In 1995, racism may wear a new dress, buy a new pair of boots, but neither it nor its succubus twin fascism is new or can make anything new. It can only reproduce the environment that supports its own health, fear, denial, and an atmosphere in which its victims have lost the will to fight. The forces interested in fascist solutions to national problems are not to be found in one political party or another, or in one or another wing of any single political party. Democrats have no unsullied history of egalitarianism, nor are liberals free of domination agendas. Republicans may have housed abolitionists and white supremacists. Conservative, moderate, liberal, right, left, hard left, far right, religious, secular, socialist. We must not be blindsided by these Pepsi-Cola, Coca-Cola labels, because the genius of fascism is that any political structure can host the virus, and virtually any developed country can become a suitable home. Fascism talks ideology, but it's really just marketing for power. It is recognizable by its need to purge, by the strategies it uses to purge, and by its terror of truly democratic agendas. It is recognizable by its determination to convert all public services to private entrepreneurship, all nonprofit organizations to profit-making ones, so that the narrow but protective chasm between governance and business disappears. It changes citizens to taxpayers, so individuals become angry at even the notion of the public good. It changes neighbors into consumers, so the measure of our value as humans is not our humanity or our compassion or our generosity, but what we own. It changes parenting into panicking, so that we vote against the interests of our children, against their health care, their education, their safety from weapons. And in effecting these changes, it produces the perfect capitalist, one who is willing to kill a human being for a product, a pair of sneakers, a jacket, a car, or kill generations for control of products, oil, drugs, fruit, gold. When our fears have all been serialized, our creativity censured, our ideas marketplaced, our rights sold, our intelligence sloganized, our strength downsized, our privacy auctioned, when the theatricality, the entertainment value, the marketing of life is complete, we will find ourselves living not in a nation, but in a consortium of industries, and wholly unintelligible to ourselves, except for what we see as through a screen darkly.